position. Where do you want to sit?
Wait, is it live?
Yeah, it's live. It's going right now.
Hello, everybody.
He's just going to take it over.
A pleasure to see you all here.
Oh, the microphone, though.
Thank you for tuning into my Twitch.
What's up? What's up, everybody?
Oh.
We're doing a little podcast. We got Jaenga over here.
Hello, Twitch. It's a pleasure to see you all.
We got Dom over here.
What's going on, Twitch? Banana bunch?
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna set the microphone like. All right.
For anybody from Denver, we just got some Cosmos pizza, and it is flames. It's actually the first time I've ever had that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's super good. And I've already eaten half the pie. Like,
oh yeah, I gotta
literally.
eat. I gotta eat a little bit of
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I'll just. Where do you want to sit?
I'll sit in this roulette.
Sit in the captain's chair.
Driver's seat.
I just want to make sure everyone can see all of us. Yeah, we're just gonna talk about some stuff. I don't know what we're gonna talk about. We got some things.
Maybe we can do like a Joe Rogan style interview where we talk about like festivals and immunity, maybe self-sustainability. We could talk about kombucha. We could talk about
That falls under that category.
Cosmos
that's
pizza.
That's not okay. Well, that's something I guess we already talked about talking about. Like festivals are coming back, and we should all try and stay really healthy, eat really healthy.
As he eats the pizza.
This is pizza, but no, but like I don't know. Obviously, we just went through like a pandemic, and yeah, I think coming back, like I just played Abu Dhabi in Texas, and it was like such a trip.
That was amazing to
Yeah.
see that. So many people without masks. It was just like an unbelievable sight to finally have festivals back.
Texas.
Hell yeah.
It was so yeah, that was tight. But I think like the one thing that I learned from like the last year of pandemic is how to not get sick, and I've learned how to like what supplements to take, getting a lot of sleep. I don't know, not getting drunk every weekend.
Yep.
I wasn't doing that anyway, but like not really, just not trashing your body.
Definitely.
Because I feel like during festival season, everyone's just going super hard, trashing their body, all that.
It's hard. It's hard when you're like, if you're constantly at shows, like you just kind of become your surroundings. So even if you're a healthy person, you just like there's just constant drinks there. There's obviously not sleeping because you want to like stay up and see your homies play.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, oh, I'll just sleep in. But at a festival, you usually don't do that unless you're staying at a hotel.
Well, yeah, and also if you're playing the festival,
Mm.
it's a whole different thing because there's just like trailers full of alcohol and like
I know.
it's just all in your face all the time.
Absolutely.
So it's easy to just be like, yeah, I'll have a few beers, or like, oh yeah, let's have a bottle of mezcal or something.
Totally. And everybody's taking shots all the time. It's like, yeah, it's kind of amazing. Since COVID started, I just feel like way healthier as a person.
Yeah.
Just like eating good food, getting sleep. Like, I think also moving into an apartment, in my case, helped me out a lot.
Oh, out of the bus?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think like going into the festival season, I don't know. I've been feeling the need to push the whole like treat your immune systems well so you don't get sick. Like take vitamin D supplements. I'm totally a doctor, so this is like this is certified legit advice. I'm just kidding. I'm not a doctor at all.
Oh, you're not?
But I don't know what vitamin D. Like I take vitamin D, and then I take zinc and quercetin together every day, which is like, that's been like proven to just fight off the common cold, COVID, etc.
Yeah, definitely.
Like you can do all that. You can do enough of that. I'm not trying to say the V word. Don't say the V word. You can do enough of that um, to like keep your immune system strong enough to where it can naturally like fight off all the shit, you know?
Definitely. I took this I took this course like right when I got to Denver. This like online health course that was like pretty much me learning how to be the most optimum human possible with like health. And I've totally changed the way I eat. Like all week long it's just like chicken, steak, like I'll watch how many carbs I intake. It's like wild because I wanted to see how efficient of a human I could become. And like if it actually like makes you feel better, if you actually like see like your body changing, and it's wild because like I actually have way more energy and I feel like I don't know, I feel like my brain is just like clearer. Like I could just like think sharper and
Oh yeah.
it's wild. It helps make music, like it helps like make art. I feel like I'm not like I don't have like writer's block as much anymore. And like if I'm like drawing something, I get like more inspired.
And I'm sure financially you've noticed you're not spending as much eating out if you're buying chicken breasts and peppers and shit like that as opposed to going to eat out once or twice a day every week. That adds up.
Definitely.
You're saving a lot of money too.
Except for pizza.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. I'm like I am addicted to pizza, like 100%.
Yeah.
Pizza's good. No doubt about that. Yeah.
I've been looking at that thing. I'm like,
Dude, have a slice. Why don't you have a slice?
Oh shit.
One slice.
Wait, who is that? Ty Blee? Yeah, of course. That was like an awesome. That was like a super awesome weekend.
Oh, was it Scranton?
Yeah, that was the Scranton thing.
Tight. Oh, I played Scranton too.
As I was watching you at WW.
Oh, that was just this last weekend.
Damn it. I know. I really wanted to go to that. That was like I definitely wanted to like make the flight down. But
Oh, they want us to talk louder. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out like here, let me see if I can.
sorry, we only got like one microphone.
Yeah.
I feel like we should have gotten 2 microphones, 3 microphones, some lavaliers.
I wonder if there's some kind of like thing you can do to like boost the volume on here.
Alcohol. Yeah, I mean, I haven't.
Alcohol boost the volume?
No. Somebody's asking about alcohol. No, I mean, I personally have been drinking alcohol in like mad long. Like, I think since COVID started, like just around that time, it just like, just so much was going on and it didn't make sense. Like, you know, I mean, geographically where I was in the middle of the woods, so it was kind of like hard to obtain most things, anyways. And then I went so long without alcohol, and I was like, oh, well, I feel a lot better, and I could like skate better and do shit better. So
Yeah, like improves every aspect of your life. I feel like when you stop drinking.
if you don't play Bam Bam in Wyoming,
Oh,
dude, you
oh no, I know.
got somebody coming for you.
I'm fucked. I got a hit on me if I don't play it. I know this. I'm gonna play the song. It's like the one song that I have to play. So Cool Whip. Don't worry about it. I'll play it.
So when you started the clean eating, you didn't adjust your alcohol intake.
I didn't at first, no.
You didn't.
I was drinking and eating healthy and working out, and I didn't see shit happening. And it was because I was drinking so much. But I was drinking like literally 7 nights a week without failure. So in the last like 3 months for me,
man.
it's been the last 3 months I've been drinking kind of on the weekends or like once or twice a week and the weekends. But now I'm pretty much just down to the weekends. But don't let that stop you guys from drinking. If you want to drink, that's just what's working for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody can do whatever they want.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
everyone's-
preach to you.
Everybody's got to go through like their own phases of like
Yeah.
learning this.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, so I don't know if you could hear Don, but he was drinking like 7 days a week when he first started, but now now he's cut it down. And like I think you said you weren't going to drink until like you did Red Rocks, right? Yeah. So Don stopped drinking pretty much until Red Rocks. I personally stopped drinking like just because I definitely see like better results, like just, and also I just never really liked drinking. Like it just made me feel like
Yeah.
shit every time I drank.
Yeah, I've gotten into this mode of like when I play shows, I usually don't ever drink when I play shows now, just because I'm always like, I don't know, I'm always chilling by myself before the show, and I'm not gonna like drink by myself, It's because it's like if you're sitting in a room waiting to play your set, drinking by yourself is just kind of, it just feels a little depressing. It feels like, yeah, it feels weird. But I guess weed is the other thing. That's the other one that we all kind of, go back and forth with and all that.
Definitely.
I don't know. I smoke weed a little bit here and there. I'm kind of, right now I'm like not really feeling it as much. So I don't think that one is as bad for you as like alcohol, because alcohol straight up like rots your liver,
dude.
Especially if you do it day after day.
Fuck is the worst shit ever. I mean, like obviously,
it's
like
literally poison.
I'm not saying I didn't get trashed for like 20 years straight.
Oh yeah,
like,
for sure. Same. Yeah,
I fucking did, but like, yeah, it's like it's not good. Anything that you put in your body that makes you feel like you're dying, like soon after it goes away, is probably not the best thing. Like,
yeah, well, compare it to like, I don't know, compare it to psychedelics. Like, when you have some experiences with certain psychedelics and you're like in it, and then afterwards, sometimes you get this feeling of like, oh, wow, everything makes a little bit more sense now. Like, I'm ready to take on the world.
Right, right.
Like, you don't get that with alcohol.
Dude, not
at
all.
You're not like, I learned so much from that last night doing Jaeger bombs.
Oh, man.
And then, like...
I feel spiritually enlightened. I've figured out a lot of the problems in my life.
I'm so glad I tried that backflip.
Yeah, you usually wake up like your health has declined, you fuck some shit up. But like that's part of the fun too. Like,
oh yeah,
like
it's reckless.
I mean, yeah, no doubt. Like I used to drink specifically to like just be curious what my morning was gonna be like. I was so curious all the time. I was just like, if I know if I drink, some really interesting stuff is gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, and then it's kind of like a Cinnabon. You really want it, and then you like eat the whole thing, and then you immediately regret it.
Yeah.
So I would always look at alcohol. I'd be like, oh hell yeah, like I'm just gonna get fucking wasted, and then I would, and the next morning, kind of like the Cinnabon, I'd be like, terrible idea.
Yeah.
Maybe you got some stories out of it, like so.
Oh yeah,
so
for
like,
sure.
So I think that's the positive there. But.
Yeah, and obviously it lowers your inhibition, so you can, I don't know, you do. Well, I don't know. Oh, skateboarding, for instance.
Right.
Like we drink. That's the only time I drink. Well, and with my wife, like if we have some beers, or actually we go pretty hard sometimes, but with like tequila. But that's like a once a week thing.
Right.
Maybe once every couple weeks. But yeah, drinking, skateboarding kind of gets you a little bit loose.
Yeah.
Maybe makes you like go for it a little bit harder.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Dustin Dolan. Like, look at like the whole like Piss Drunks team from Baker. Like, back when they were doing that, they were throwing themselves down. Look up the. Have you seen the Dustin Dolan him ollieing the like? It was like a 22 stair. Like,
Jesus.
Dude, we need Jamie. Jamie, can you
pull that up?
Can you
pull
pull
that
that
up, Jamie?
Pull that up, Jamie.
Where's Tom? Tom needs to be our Jamie. Dude, that shout out Shank Aaron for dropping into the medium bowl at the skate park today.
Oh man, yeah, it's
big step in his skating.
It is glorious.
Yeah.
Definitely check that out. It's like
it's on. It's been posted. Is it on your Instagram?
Oh yeah, I posted it on my Instagram. So yeah, Shank Aaron dropped into a medium bowl today, and he made a bet with Dom for like a few $100 to do it.
Yep.
So like we happened to pull up right as he dropped in. Like he didn't even know we were there. We literally walked up behind him, and he had been waiting to drop in for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, he was like messing around right before you guys got there. He like dropped in and jumped off immediately, like before the board even went down the transition.
Oh, right.
And he was just sitting there. He was camping out, and like I didn't tell him that these guys were coming, because when Dom shows up, Dom's like with Tom Shank Aaron. Dom is like the drunk little league dad that's just like what the fuck kind of call was that? Come on, Johnny. Come on, you little bitch. Do this. Like, and Tom's always like, it works for Tom sometimes, or it's worked most of the time, right?
Take credit for Tom's first rock to fakie.
Yeah, you did get
on
him to
Thanksgiving.
Do that.
We were all very thankful he did it.
Yep.
But I'm gonna take credit for it.
Yep.
I was getting I was putting the pressure on. bring the heat down in Patrick's kitchen.
Yep.
At the house.
Yep. Well,
and then he did it.
And then today,
and it worked.
Today, I didn't even tell Tom that these guys were coming because I knew it would mess him up. I knew it would fuck with his head because he's been wanting to do this for like months.
Definitely.
Like 6 months at least. And as he's standing, tail on the coping, about to drop in, he's just staring at it. These guys show up. They roll up, and I'm like, fuck. It's not going to happen now. He's going to know. And like, I looked at them, and I was like, shh. Don't say anything. And he had also told me, don't video this. Because I got my camera out.
So perfect.
I got my phone out, and he's like, put your phone away, dude. I can't do it if you're videoed. And these guys roll up. Literally, the second they roll up, Jaenga gets his phone out, starts videoing. Tom just drops in and does it for the first time ever. It was like the most insane, serendipitous timing.
I captured it
ever.
So well too. It was perfectly captured. It was like amazing.
It felt good.
Yeah, the timing was impeccable on that.
It was
I
like
was happy to put the money on the line because we've been waiting for him to do it for a long time, and sometimes you gotta motivate the homies, you know.
Yeah.
And I put whatever you gotta do to get your friends to accomplish some shit.
Yeah.
You know, do it. Fuck the money, but if that was enough to get in his head to do it, and now he's skating the bigger shit with us, everybody wins.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Definitely.
I wonder if that actually had anything to do with it.
Dude,
You
I
think
don't
it
know.
did?
I don't think he would have tried it. Yeah.
Really? I think he would have done it.
Eventually, but it pushed him to do it sooner.
That's true.
He could have done it. Anybody can do it. It's just
Anyway,
how long
moral
it
of the story is pay your friends to do cool shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, back to the alcohol.
Or Dom.
Back to the alcohol stuff. That ties in with the immune system for like festivals and stuff. Like when everyone's going back to festivals again.
Definitely.
Like
definitely.
That's the one thing I think I'm gonna keep in mind is like keep the drinking, especially while traveling, to a minimum.
I think there's like I don't know. There's so many amazing ways to like have a good time. Like alcohol. Like why is alcohol the staple? Like that's just like the shittiest drug of all time. Like there's just
right.
There's like I'm not saying like that you should be just experimenting and just like fucking eating other shit. But like why is alcohol the go-to drug? And like I swear.
Socially acceptable.
There is, it's socially acceptable, but why socially acceptable? Like we had the prohibition for a while, and then it came back, and I always wondered, like in that period, like did it come back because people were shouting and they're like, we need alcohol back, or were they shouting because the government was losing mad money, because because hospitals are making more money, because like more lawyers are getting paid, like more mistakes are happening. It's just the economy gets affected. Imagine if alcohol was not in our economy.
Yeah, the whole DUI thing. Like, imagine how much DUIs cost for people.
They've created an entire market on their own that's just DUIs. Like, that's an entire market, and that's a huge market.
And I know a guy that got a DUI. This is the most fucked thing ever. He got a DUI. He was on his bike. He wasn't even, like, that drunk. But he was on his bike, going across a crosswalk, riding his bike, which I guess technically you're not supposed to do, ride your bike across the crosswalk. And a car came around and just blew there was some kind of red light. The car blew the red light and hit him and took him out. And they gave him a DUI because he had blown over like whatever the limit was on his bicycle.
That's silly.
It made the news here in Boulder too.
That's silly. There was when I was living in England, they implemented a law that no matter what, if a biker, like a bicyclist, just decided to like veer out into the road, like they could do whatever they wanted. It was always going to be the driver's fault.
Really?
No matter what.
That's kind of fucked.
I know. Isn't that crazy? I don't know. I have no idea why. I mean, this is up in like rural, like farmland England. So they have some pretty weird.
Dude, Boulder's kind of like that with like the road bike people. There's like a hardcore road bike scene. I mean, no offense if any of you guys are into road biking, but, everyone's got, like, the tights on and stuff. But for some reason in Boulder, it's like, maybe because I've lived there for so long, it's just kind of annoying because they just take up the whole road and they're, like, such dicks to cars.
Right.
I don't know. It's like
But if a car hits them and they're in the middle of the road, how does it work here in Denver? Or how does it work?
I think they have to be single file. I think the law is that you have to be in single file. Like if you're not in single file, I think then it becomes like their fault, unless you were being reckless driving.
Right. Are you supposed to go against traffic or
No, with traffic.
See, like that's something that still scares me. Like I can't trust anybody that's like driving from behind me.
Mm-hmm.
That's scary, man. That
Yeah.
is definitely scary business.
Oh, Indigo Child in the chat. What's up, dude? How you been?
Can I eat another slice?
Oh yeah.
Even though I ate
Yeah,
half
he's
of
up.
the pie.
We out here eating pizza. Yeah, I'm really pumped that everything is kind of settled down and like festivals are being announced and like we're kind of getting back to where we were before. I'm really curious to see like what I mean. Obviously, Abu Dhabi was like the extreme, like Texas, like we don't give a fuck. Let's just do this, which I actually like. I'm a fan of that mentality because I'm like let's go.
Sure.
So I'm kind of curious how like the rest of the country is gonna roll out shows and festivals and all that.
Definitely. I wonder too.
New
What
York
festivals
just
are
said they're
happening?
opening July 1st. I think it's either June or July 1st. They're 100%. The New York mayor just said.
Oh, really?
Yesterday.
Damn. Wow. July 1st in New York. Holy
I think
cow.
it's July 1st, yeah.
California isn't California opened up again?
I'm not sure the date, but I know it's pretty soon because I mean Hard Summer's announcing on sale,
Oh right, yeah.
and that's at the end of August, I believe, or end of July.
Do you guys think this India variant or whatever of COVID is gonna pop over to here and start the shit all over again?
I did not even hear about this.
Oh, okay. Maybe I shouldn't.
I'm
brought that
so
up.
far. I am so far removed from the news. I swear. Like all I focus on is just like who's in front of me.
Yeah,
That's about it.
yeah. That's probably good. That's a good way to be.
I would be hypocritical if I wasn't. Because my brother always calls me and he's just like, he watches so much news all the time. And he'll call me and he'll just be like so pent up talking about everything that's going on in the world that's bad.
Dude.
And I'm like, homie, chill.
I know.
Like, get off the news for 2 seconds.
That
like,
shit is such brain poison.
It's like it's obviously no secret. It's like you put out stuff that gets people's attention, you're gonna get more views. It's like no doubt the stuff they're putting up there is bad, like, you know, and it's real. It's just like they're literally digging for it though. That's the fucking problem.
It's a lot of fear porn.
Yeah.
And it's so sad because it's like it's clear that a lot of people are making a lot of money off of that whole thing that's been born from the pandemic and all that. But man, it's such a bummer because it's like it's had this effect on society that's just it's like part of the seas, and everyone's getting farther and farther into like you're either on this side or you're on this side.
Sure.
Like you're either somebody
red or blue type.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
yeah, which is like I guess how our whole political system has been designed.
I was gonna say we're all sitting in a stadium and you know we're only given 2 options here. Obviously, there's more options, like but it's only 2 options. So like you put a stadium of people in a stadium, you have 2 teams play. What's gonna happen eventually? Everybody's gonna root for the other team. The stadium's gonna split. But like, have we even thought about why it is that way? Why do we have to be so crazy about?
Well,
like fuck the other side. It's like, dude, like we're also the same country. You forget that? Like,
yeah.
We gotta like make decisions together.
I mean, divide and conquer is a real thing.
Absolutely.
If you get people pitted against each other, it distracts them from like other things that you could be doing to like make some money. You know, I mean, that's just like I don't even think that's like conspiracy theory at all. That's just like human nature. It's been done since like the beginning of humanity.
Dude, part of the problem is that when we talk about, you know, if you talk about the man or the, you know, whatever, the government and how we are splitted and they're doing it to us, or like, you know, even talking about alcohol as a conspiracy, it's fascinating how it's become that anything you talk about that's slightly out of the norm
The narrative.
becomes a conspiracy theory. And that in itself is crazy because if we didn't learn anything from MK Ultra, then I don't know what we're doing.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah.
MK Ultra is the exact, like, this is the perfect example of how conspiracy theories were set to make people like look foolish, and it happened with MK Ultra because
Yeah.
everybody started talking about MK Ultra.
By the way, if you guys don't know about MK Ultra, just do some research and look it up because it's like a thing that has happened and it's been like documented and all that.
It's wild, yeah. I mean, if you just look into the government using lysergic acid to, experiment with our own soldiers and, using chemical warfare, and they had this whole crazy program in place. Actually, you know a lot about it. You know more than me because you read that book on it.
Mm. Oh, the acid one.
The acid one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I read this crazy book called, I think it's called The Brotherhood of Eternal Love. And it's basically the history of LSD and how extensively it was used in the army.
Right.
Like just secretly testing it on like people that are in the army.
Right.
And it's these documents that have been released by like, I don't know what, the Pentagon, I guess, or our government released these documents saying we did this.
Sure.
And which is crazy. Like you can't argue with that.
But the crazy thing about it is that the government went out of their way to take MK Ultra and then make it seem as if, if you believe in MK Ultra, and they did this through, did they do this with MK Ultra? Use films as a way of making fun of the conspiracy of MK Ultra, so therefore kind of avoiding anybody that talked about it as if it was serious.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure if they did it with MK Ultra in particular. They definitely have tactics to make it seem silly if you talk about it in a way that's legit, because people just look at you like, wow, this guy is cuckoo. Like he actually thinks the government is like using acid as a experimental, chemical warfare or way to make our soldiers fight better. And we still have it today. Like we might not have censorship in our country that we are aware of, but we certainly pay for media that has people involved that are putting their own agenda in for sure. And
oh yeah, like any major news outlet.
Absolutely, it's a perfect example. It's
like
it's silly. It's silly.
It's funny because like Fox News now, when I look at Fox News and CNN, I think each one is equally as outrageous as the other. Like each one is just so ridiculous about how like it's so obvious how much of an agenda they're trying to like adhere to.
Right.
And it's just sad when I see people that like have it on 24/7.
Who was it? It was who's that guy? Tucker on Fox was just was just talking about like how if you see a kid in a park wearing a mask that you should call the police.
Oh
like,
my God!
Like literally, like
Jesus.
Like if you see a kid wearing a mask, call police and then report it as child endangerment or whatever.
Oh, I think I heard about that too.
I mean, like whatever you think about that subject, it's insane. Like that is just like child abuse is a totally different thing from somebody wearing a mask. I mean, wearing a mask is pretty damn normalized.
And to flip it on the other side, there are people on the other side of that whole spectrum that would say that it's child abuse for your kid not to wear it. Yeah, it's like, exactly. Or maybe it's would be considered child abuse to the other kids around. I don't know.
Right.
It's just equally as ridiculous on both sides.
Sure.
It's so silly.
And especially look, if you brought that up in like a year, like, when everybody was vaccinated, I mean, like, that would surely be, okay, that's kind of, crazy level. But like right now to bring that up is like silly. We're still getting vaccinated and there's a lot of stuff going on. It's still a gray area.
Yeah.
So I think to come to any absolutes in a gray area, it's a hard one if you don't have all the answers, if you don't know exactly what you're talking about. But still, people have to be so absolute and be on a major platform and say things that are like 100% left or 100% right.
Yeah.
Which can be silly.
Yeah, it sucks because both sides encourage their watchers and all that, like the people that watch and listen, to not do any research on any of these topics. They're both like, this is what our side thinks. Like, this is what we're doing. And everyone just sticks to it. Like, they're not gonna be swayed
Right.
from whatever the thing told them to do.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's so weird.
Absolutely. So it's important to just keep in perspective how powerful media is. Like, we oftentimes just see it as like a form of entertainment or whatever, but don't be mistaken, media has ripped governments to the ground. It's also formed movements that have changed humanity forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like books can do that, media is like on steroids. It's a very powerful form. Actually, it's the most complicated language known to man.
Media?
Yeah, except for the back home jellyfish, I believe.
The what?
I believe the back home jellyfish is the most complicated.
What is that?
language. It's a little sea creature that like lights up. If I'm remembering correctly, it lights up all these different colors, and then it communicates to other jellyfish, and it could say crazy things through its own language that we understand the language, but we can't decipher. But it's able to communicate with other fish, and its skin is like the definition on it is like insane. It's like it's like a higher resolution than like any plasma screen that we have today.
Oh shit! Okay,
yeah, it's super cool.
So that's kind of like, is a jellyfish a cephalopod or no?
I don't know. I know it has no brain.
Oh, okay.
It's just a web of nerve.
Might be a cephalopod then.
Might be.
Yeah. You heard it here, folks. Dom might be a cephalopod. I read a whole book. Oh, you know what? I was following. It was Deep, Dark, and Dangerous, like the label. They posted about this book. They were like, "Hey, we're into octopuses and shit because of our, the logo. Is it Truth's logo or Deep, Dark, and Dangerous logo?"
I don't know. Is it Deep, Dark, and Dangerous has the octopus? No.
Yep. Is it? Yeah, yeah. So I just randomly saw them post this book. I don't even remember the name of the book, but I saw them post the name of it. I immediately was like, whoa, that actually looks sick. And it was a whole book about how it went all the way back to like the evolutionary point in which living things branched off into these two areas, where one area went and eventually made cephalopods like octopuses, squids, etc. And then the other half went on to make mammals and humans and all that. And it was talking about how cephalopods are like the other form of like higher consciousness.
Oh, so jellyfish are not then.
Okay.
Jellyfish are not because they don't have brains.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and octopuses and squids have, I forget. It's something like their whole body is the brain or something. I don't know. It's pretty sick though.
Dude,
I'll have to find that book.
We need Jamie because there's this amazing video of three octopus that I guess octopi that are surrounding this diver, and they are able to communicate through flashing colors. So it's a little different from the other creature, the little jellyfish we're talking about. But yeah, it's pretty amazing because they communicate. They surround this diver, and they're talking to each other, basically like trying to figure out how they're gonna like rip this guy's mask off and then rip him down. Like,
whoa!
Oh yeah, it's pretty wild.
That's gnarly.
It's pretty wild, and I think the diver knew he was in trouble because you get surrounded by a gang of octopi and they're all flashing colors. You're like, what are they talking about? Like,
yeah.
So yeah, one grabbed his mask and then the other one just like grabbed his leg, just like pulled him under. He's fine. He's totally fine. But
wow, yo, you know what's crazy too? The lifespan of an octopus.
What is a lifespan of an octopus?
Maximum of like 2 or 3 years. So an elderly octopus is like 2 or 3 years old.
Damn.
Oh, also, I found the book. It's called Other Minds: The Octopus, the Sea, and the Deep Origins of Consciousness by Peter Godfrey Smith. It's a really good book. You guys should check it out.
And you've read that?
Yeah, I read that. It's like, it was so good. I like couldn't put it down.
Whoa.
It was, yeah.
That is wild.
Pretty mind-blowing.
That is wild. 2 years. Damn, if I had only 2 years.
Yeah.
I don't even think I'd be able to speak English by the time I died.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. They must just develop so quick.
Right. That's wild. Are you in the middle of reading anything right now?
Yeah, I'm reading. I'm so bad about names of books, but I just started reading this Neil deGrasse. It's Neil deGrasse Tyson and someone else. I think it's called Welcome to the Universe. Let me look it up. Welcome to the Universe.
And if you guys,
See
if you
that's-
don't read, Audible is amazing. It is like, it saved me on so many, like car rides and like plane flights. You could just like,
oh yeah, Audible's the shit.
man, you could listen to whatever you want. It's like basic. I mean, it's the same thing as like a podcast in a sense. It just like feeds you information. You know, I think a podcast is nice because you get that sort of like dialogue.
Mhm.
You know, you almost feel like you're involved in the conversation to a degree.
It's cool listening to like fiction stuff too, because then you kind of get into it, and it's like you're watching a movie, but you could just sit on the plane and like close your eyes and think about it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's called Welcome to the Universe, and it's basically like it just breaks down everything in the universe that we know, and it's like I don't know. It talks about just the scale of which I don't know. The scale of what we're in is kind of crazy. How we're like a planet that's part of a solar system, and our solar system is on like the outer edge of the Milky Way galaxy. Like we can kind of see the Milky Way, like we can see one view of it, but then there's like billions of other galaxies,
Right.
and then there's potentially billions of other universes if you go into a black hole.
Wow.
But we don't know what happens if you go into a black hole yet. It's crazy.
There's this astronaut, Nicole Stott. I follow her on Instagram. She just did a live feed the other day, and she was talking about how before she went into outer space, that she was doing these. I think they call it an aquadonaut missions, where they go underwater.
Mm-hmm.
And they do missions underwater, and she said that the parallels from being in outer space and being underwater are strikingly similar. Like, you're in a small capsule, you can't go outside the capsule without wearing a suit. You use a lot of the same gases, and you're so far from the surface, you can't get back to the surface quick. It's going to take you forever because you're constantly changing. I guess I don't really know the mechanics of how to change how to pull. Apparently, there's a lot of nitrogen like in your blood when you're like so deep underwater, so it takes a while to change that, and as you go up in altitude. So it's wild if the universe of the ocean on our own Earth hasn't been fully explored yet. We're out in outer space. Like, what is out here? And I'm like, dude, but also what's in the ocean? Like, I would love to know, like, what is at the bottom of this thing? Have we even been to the deepest part of our ocean yet?
Did you hear James Cameron did? Do you know about James Cameron's like mission to go to the bottom of the ocean?
No.
He like got this. I don't know too much about it, but he got this like crazy submarine built that was specifically for like exploring the deepest parts of the ocean.
Wow.
And I don't know how. Does anyone know that trench in the Pacific? Yeah. Does anybody know in the chat like, what James Cameron did or what he? Because I know he had some kind of submarine built. Oh, there's a documentary about it. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, because there's parts of the ocean where like no light gets down there, so it's pitch black. And the creatures that live down there feed off of like, what is it? I think it's like methane. There's some kind of, is it Mariana Trench? There's some kind of like gas that comes up. I think it's methane, but these creatures that live down there feed off of the gas that's coming out.
Trench. Yeah.
And it's gas that's like, the Earth is pushing out.
Wow.
What does that say? Hydrothermal vents. So, I mean, that's a whole different like world that I'm sure we've barely even touched.
Dude,
the surface
just
of.
such a yeah. Dang, what is the biggest shark? We have a megalodon. Is that the biggest shark that we have? Is that like the biggest shark that we know of?
Is that confirmed? Is that real?
I don't.
Fact checkers, could you
I
guys
know,
fact check this?
dude.
Please?
Where is Jamie? We need Jamie on here. So yeah, there was a shark. They were doing this research. If anybody in the chat knows this story, that would be amazing because it's wild. It's actually very scary to think about, especially like if I was James Cameron after hearing this story, I would not be going to the bottom of the ocean. Like fuck no. They're doing this. Kind of like you tag a deer or like any other wild animal. They do it with sharks, and they have these tags that can detect their altitude, can detect the temperature, where they are geographically. And one of their sharks went missing, like off the map. And when they analyzed the data, they saw that before the shark disappeared, that the last data they have is that the shark rapidly went down in altitude at the same time the temperature was rising, like to stomach levels of like another creature.
Oh.
And they realized that the shark had been eaten by like a massive other shark or creature or whatever it was.
Could have been like I mean, the only predator that sharks have would be killer whales, right? Orcas.
That's what but I think it was such a massive animal that they.
The giant squid. Maybe the giant squid.
Whoa, that would be wild. Also, the giant squid are like super smart and savage. So like
Oh yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, they have these crazy like. Don't they have like hooks or they have some? Yeah.
Leviathan.
Oh yeah.
Is that a real
Leviathan? All caps.
Leviathan.
Yeah, that's our song. That's me and Shank Aaron's song.
That's a banger.
Is that a little reference? Is that a little song reference? Dang. Yeah, oh my god, the giant squid is like fascinating to me.
James Cameron Deep Sea Challenge.
Okay, so space though. Let's talk about space because I've been like obsessed with it. And Nico, my son, you guys all know my son Nico. He's like 3. We've been getting like way into learning about space, and it's crazy to think about like because there are for sure other planets that have life.
Sure.
There can't not be.
Sure.
I think it's like impossible for that not to be. But yeah, it's crazy to think about. Oh man. Oh, I was talking about skateboarding the other day with my friend with Josh at the skate park, and we were. Or wait, was it with him or someone else? We were just talking about how crazy it is that like these living creatures on this planet decided that for fun they're gonna like create a wheel and then put a board on these wheels and then just ride back and forth on it. And then we started talking about like other planets and other, all the other planets have like varying degrees of like gravity compared to us. So I was like, imagine being on another planet where you could breathe and all that, but the size of the planet was like different. So the gravity was different, and you were just skateboarding and you could just like launch like 50 feet and then land and have it be like totally chill.
If only we had the atmosphere and the beauty and everything of Earth, but a different gravity. I think that would be amazing.
Well, Mars.
But Mars sucks. There's like nothing there. Like
but have you heard about Elon's plans of like how to terraform it?
No, and I'm extremely curious. Yo, can I get some of those? What are those called?
Fig Newmans.
Fig Newmans, yeah.
Dude, these are the shit.
Oh baby.
Fig Newmans in the chat. Hydrate, everybody, hydrate.
How do you even open this? So, all right, here's a question. If Elon Musk had asked you, and this is for everybody in the chat as well, if Elon Musk ever asked you, like, you have an opportunity to go to Mars, and you're going to be one of the first people up there, and you're going to have missions, and you're going to have to, like, transform, and add an atmosphere to this planet, and, probably build the first greenhouses and stuff like that. But it's just you and a few homies, and you're going to die on Mars because there's no way to come back. Would you take that mission?
If I didn't have a kid and a wife, if those two people weren't involved in my life, then I would 100% go do it. Just because of I mean, that's a huge one.
All right,
Like,
plot
we-
twist. What if he
we
takes
got a
care
lot
of
of-
your kid and your wife? He's like, yo, you're gonna go do this, but I'm gonna make sure they're straight.
Wait, who'd be taking care of
Elon.
kids?
Elon.
Elon.
Oh.
Would, Elon would-
The offer,
Well,
and
now
he's
you got a
like,
random guy.
yeah, some random. No, I
Some-
don't want
not
some
taking
random.
care of
Some
him,
rando,
legally, like, you know what
dude.
I'm saying? Like, he's like, yo, I'm gonna give you X amount of dollars to take care of your family while you go do this. If he pays you to do it.
No, nope,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
I couldn't
just
go
asking.
there and like, I couldn't die and be like, oh, you know. Also, I just watched Interstellar. Have you watched that?
Oh,
Dude, years ago.
Holy shit, that was mind blowing.
kind of scary. It's kind of scary. It's a little scary.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of realistic. I mean, it's very like, it hits home for some reason. But okay, so here's one thing though. I think it would be sick. I mean, obviously my son's only 3, so we're not having serious talks about going to Mars yet. But I'm always like, because he's really into space. So I'm always like, dude, you could be the first one to go to Mars if you want. Like, that could be you. That's your generation. Like, you're gonna be the first generation of people to see other people go to Mars. And I'm like, dude, that you could do it if you want.
That's
Like,
freaking nuts.
isn't that crazy? You could totally do that. Obviously, he's 3, so he's like, oh, cool. Let's play soccer. I want to skate. Can I have chocolate milk? So, you know, a couple years from now, maybe. But no, okay. So terraforming Mars is interesting because the way that Elon describes it, and I mean, who knows if it would work or not, but he was saying, so Mars is a little bit farther from the sun, so it's like cold. It's really cold. And he was saying that he's suggesting that you basically set off nukes in the sky to mimic sunlight. So it mimics the radiation that we receive from the sun. And then what that does, I guess, is heat up the planet so that water starts to melt, like everything kind of like becomes warmer, and you know, obviously by then we will probably have introduced like foreign Earth stuff to Mars, and then I guess the idea is if we heat it up enough and water starts to like occur, it starts to like create its own atmosphere.
So like like an explosion in
Yeah.
the sky?
Timed explosions. I don't even know what the intervals would be, but it's on a schedule of like nuclear explosions in the sky. So that's why if you go to the SpaceX website, I went there to look for like kids clothes.
Hell yeah.
I'm getting Nico a
That's awesome.
SpaceX onesie like suit. It's like a little space suit. But they have these other shirts that say Nuke Mars, which is funny because like
That's pretty funny.
if you like, you have to know what they're talking about to, I mean, because otherwise you're like, oh, what a douchebag. He wants to just nuke Mars. But yeah,
That is awesome. That is
yeah,
very,
nuclear
very cool.
blasts, I guess, will mimic sunlight, and then eventually, I don't know, who knows how many years it would take. It might take like a couple centuries or more, but I guess the idea is like to have Mars like recreate its own atmosphere,
Right.
so that people don't have to, you know, have oxygen tanks or whatever,
Right.
or live inside of like these bubbles.
I think I didn't see anybody in the chat agree to going to Mars.
Yeah,
I think
you guys
everybody
don't
said
want to
no.
go. You guys are all good.
But yeah, if I could go to Mars and die there, or if it was an option on the table, I would absolutely fucking not take that. Like, there's no way.
Yeah,
There's no chance. Like,
yeah.
I'd rather enjoy mountains and
Oh man.
streams and fishing.
Oh,
and
it would get
shows.
weird. It would get depressing as hell.
Now, what if the Earth is on some? You only got X amount of time left. You got to go and save everybody. But you know that if you stay, you're fucked. But you can go there and you might survive.
Interstellar. That's the whole plot.
So
Because Interstellar, the world's like kind of ending.
That's what I'm saying. That's probably the only reason I'd be like, yo, I'm going to Mars. If not, I'm saying, fuck it, I'm staying here.
you're
Yeah.
saying like if you did it to save humanity?
No. Well, Sure, yes, but if the Earth was fucked and you had limited time on Earth left, are you trying to live the last little bit on Earth, or go try and see if this Mars shit works out?
I would. I mean, in that case, I would definitely go to Mars.
Right, right, but not if you could live here and be fine.
If
On
I,
Earth.
yeah, I mean, if I felt that Earth was in imminent danger and I had the
Right.
chance to be a fucking superhero,
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
definitely go to Mars.
But couldn't
But not for fun, because Earth is tight.
Yeah, no, I would definitely take that. Yeah.
But if you were on the mission of the first people that go to Mars are basically on this mission of humans are now a multi-planet race or whatever.
Right.
You know, I think that in itself is like not even heroic, but just that's insane.
It is pretty
Like,
wild.
That's a first for our whole world, for any species of anything.
So does that mean that, according to zoo theory, are we gonna have some aliens reach out to us now because we progressed a little bit more as a society?
I don't know. Yeah, that's
Maybe.
where would they come from though? Because
I
we're
mean,
staying in our solar system.
Well, according to zoo theory, they've been watching us the whole time.
Okay.
That's if you're a zootherian.
Zootherian.
I think
Zootherial.
I think Neil deGrasse Tyson and Mikio Kaku, but I believe both of them believe that there's different levels of civilization and that we're currently at a level 0 civilization, and that once we hit a level 1, crazy shit will happen.
Okay, so like being able to travel. Well, that's the other thing about traveling through space is we need to figure out how to bend space-time in order to like jump to other places.
Right, which is totally possible. Totally possible. But I think Albert Einstein said that you can move forward in space-time. You can break space-time and move forward, but apparently you can't, or according to him, you can't go backwards.
Huh. So it's kind of like an Interstellar where they're going on that mission to that water planet, and they're like, all right, every minute that goes by is like 3 years.
Dude, that was crazy. That
so
scene is nuts.
Yeah.
Like, wow. And it has that huge wave that like
Oh my
comes
god,
to like.
yeah.
You just watched this recently?
Yeah, I just watched it for the first time. Totally blew my mind.
Mind blowing.
Best movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, mind blowing.
The Large Hadron Collider is finding some really interesting stuff as well. Oh, right, okay. Oh yeah, and dark matter. Yeah, dark matter is a whole different. That's crazy. I've been kind of, scratching the surface of dark matter, and it sounds like most of our universe is dark matter.
Yeah, it is fascinating. But like, what is so? If most of the universe is dark matter, then that means that there's more. So say you have. Well, I guess it's interesting because then what we're seeing is only what light is being cast upon. So
Yeah.
even though we're seeing everything, there's still more emptiness than there is what we're seeing.
But the emptiness is supposedly full of dark matter.
Right.
And they're able to detect dark matter because they can. How do they detect it? They detect it around black holes.
Whoa.
So they can see like a gravitational pull
Right.
on the dark matter.
Right.
But it must be like, what are people talking about in here? Yeah. Oh yeah, the question is less,
Right.
is there life out there, and more, will we ever be able to reach out, or will they be able to reach out to us? Yeah, I mean, who knows? I feel like they're going to reach out to us before we reach out to them. But also, like, probably not in our lifetimes.
Well, also, do we want them reaching out to us? Because what's his name? Stephen Hawking, he said if they reach out to us, they're most likely just going to want to eat us. It's not because they're reaching out to be friendly. Like,
Eat us.
that's what he believes. That,
Huh.
because we're an amazing source of nutrient and substance and we have a lot of protein, it's just like, we're just like a treat in a sense. That's Stephen Hawking. That's what he said.
Yeah, but what if they show up to our planet and they're like, oh, this place is desolate and has nothing going on compared to like our planet over here. That's some crazy.
I would hope they're super friendly and they just like bring us back to their dope place to show us like this is what you could be.
Well, they're gonna see the Tesla flying through space, the Tesla Roadster. Do you know about that?
That would be lit.
Do you know Elon launched a Tesla Roadster into space and it's orbiting? A Tesla car is orbiting the Earth right now.
No, it's not.
You guys didn't know that?
No,
Dude, okay, so he did this during a rocket test. Like he was testing, I don't know which rocket.
dude.
I think it was like one of the Falcon rockets. Can somebody be Jamie in here and like pull this up?
Yes, please.
No,
someone take the role of Jamie.
No, he was testing a rocket and they normally would do like big concrete bricks just to like kind of test, having a payload and like releasing it, blah blah blah. And he was like, well, I got an extra. He talks about it on the last Joe Rogan thing, but he's like, oh, I got an extra Tesla Roadster like sitting in my garage. Let's just launch that into space. And he put a little dummy in there. I'll pull up a picture. But
wow.
There's a dummy in it. It's orbiting the Earth right now.
Holy cow.
So maybe aliens would see that and they'd be like,
That's crazy.
yo, these guys are tight. Let's check that out. They're like, damn, they got the Tesla Roadster already? Like, we only got the Model 3 over here.
Yeah, I love Elon Musk.
Oh my God.
Everything he does it's funny because he doesn't put much thought into it, and I think that's kind of
he's so matter of fact.
I mean, the boring project in itself, it's like, I think again on Joe Rogan he's talking about how they started the boring project, and it was out of just frustration of LA traffic.
Yeah.
But who do you talk to about drilling a hole under LA? Like, who owns the underground?
Yeah.
Like, where do you get the permits? Like, it doesn't even exist. Like, it's just a whole different. I don't know. Is that local government? Like,
I guess so. Yeah. All right, I'm trying to find this, dude. It's like a dummy.
no fucking way.
Yeah. I wish I could pull this up to show you guys, but
Here, I could just put it up to the. Well, I mean, you could barely. Even...
And some of these pictures going around are like not real, but I'm pretty sure that one's real.
Is that one real? Well, maybe not. It looks too nice.
No, I mean that's happening though. That's a thing. There's
wild.
a Tesla Roadster orbiting orbiting Earth right now.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
Holy crap,
Let me see it.
dude! Check that out.
Yeah, I think Elon is like I feel like we're lucky to have him in our generation.
Hell yeah!
Like he's progressed humanity like so much.
I was at the Thomas Edison factory in New Jersey, and I was checking. It's an amazing place. I don't know if you guys ever have a chance, go to Thomas Edison's factory. I think it's in Secaucus, New Jersey. It's in New Jersey for sure. It's incredible. They have all these different rooms of like what he was trying to do all the time is just invent new things. There's a room full of just different glass, bone, just different materials, chemicals, and people were paid to all day do nothing besides hit things together and mix things together and just keep mixing and clanking and doing stuff to things all day. And then they would maybe discover something like, I don't know, maybe a substance like rubber or maybe a substance like glass and invent something new. Because if you don't try, you'll never know. And if we sit around and just go, oh, I wonder if we're going to stumble upon something. He took a very proactive approach and literally paid people to do nothing besides keep mixing and hitting and drilling and cutting and whatever until they found new stuff. It's
so
like
he would just gather all the materials and be like, here you go,
and just have like this
do
whole
some shit.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. Just shelves of random stuff, and that was their job all day.
Did they talk or did they tell you at the museum like what was discovered?
No, I'm sure of it. I wasn't with an actual. The museum was closed. We were like there on like a day that the museum was totally closed. So we just got to walk around and check it out. But a lot of Thomas Edison reminds me of Elon Musk because I feel he was like a master delegator, and he was a bit more on the engineer side, opposed to somebody like Steve Jobs,
who has the vision,
but wasn't necessarily an engineer. So he needed somebody like Steve Wozniak. Right?
Oh, right, okay.
But like, whereas you have Thomas Edison, who is up in there. I know he took a lot of his ideas from other people, so I wouldn't put it as a direct comparison. But when you pull up somebody like Elon Musk, dude's an engineer, knows what he's talking about,
knows how to like rally a bunch of people to do something.
Oh, for sure. And also just like a lunatic in the sense that like he's willing to go against all odds. I mean, think about a few years ago. The electric car was not a thing that was possible.
Yeah.
Like, it was nuts.
Yeah, it had failed because of like the oil, gas, industry.
Sure. Yeah, GM bought the IP for cars that were running on anything but gas, and then just burying them so they could just never see the light of day and just keep their industry moving forward. Then you have Elon Musk, who's a laughingstock of Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Finally come out with this electric car, and everybody said it was never going to work. I think even Bill Gates, he was saying that it would never work. And now he's like the richest man in the world.
I love it. I love that he's just plunking all of it, billions of dollars into SpaceX too.
Wild.
And keeping SpaceX private.
Wild.
Because that's the other thing I heard him talk about, is that the biggest mistake he ever made was making Tesla like publicly traded, because then you just lose all your. Because SpaceX, he could just do whatever the fuck he wants, and he's like, "Here's billions of dollars. Like, let's make a Starship that's gonna go to Mars."
Yep.
Actually, no, it's gonna go to the moon. Did you hear about that?
No.
NASA just announced that they're sending 2 people to the moon, and they're gonna use a Starship, which is the thing that they've been testing. They're on like number 12 or 13 now, but NASA's like, they were like, we had a contest between Boeing, SpaceX, and like whatever the Blue Dream or whatever.
Oh,
Bezos company is.
Blue Feather or something?
I don't know.
Blue Origin.
Yeah, but it was so funny because they were like, we had this contest, like, who knows who could have won? But it's like obvious that SpaceX is way ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, we're going to the moon.
Absolutely. Fuck yeah. Well, we've been to the moon a few times, but this is different because it's on
I mean, we've only been to the moon once, right?
No, I think we've been there.
I don't know. And people think I'm crazy because I'm like, I don't know if we really went to the moon back in the day.
Oh, here we go.
That's all I'm saying. So
Anti-vaxxer Dom over here. I'm just kidding.
I got my vaccine.
That was a joke.
I don't know if we made it to the moon.
Flat Earth.
Well, all right. This is where the podcast actually begins.
Well, actually getting on the moon though isn't that crazy of a feat, because like we're on Mars right now.
Right.
Yeah, but we're not on Mars.
We're not, but we sent something to Mars.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
which is like way farther away than the moon.
Right. Yeah. There's a whole documentary. There's a whole documentary on reasons that we didn't go to the moon, which is like extremely entertaining.
Low-key,
it is.
I just would like to see somebody go to the moon this year or next year.
It's
just to make
it's happening.
I mean, yeah,
it's gonna
happening,
happen like in the next few years.
It's extremely interesting. I think the reason that there's people that don't believe we went on the moon is because there was a reason to lie about it, which was the Cold War.
Right. Yeah. The Cold War is like the whole reason we went to the moon, right?
Right. Because
we didn't want Russia to do it first.
It was a tech race. The whole thing was to show which country is superior. And
then we did it, and then all the other presidents were like, yeah, this space shit's dumb. Like, we don't need to waste our money on this.
Right. Right. So I could see somebody coming from an angle of like, okay, there was a Cold War. So we had to prove that we were a better country. And at the same time, we were getting pretty sophisticated with film. There's a lot of serendipitous things going on.
Yeah.
And at the same time, wasn't it Space Odyssey, 2001 Space Odyssey? Like, that was about the same time, too.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people are going, well, all these dots connect. Possibly we recreated it. And then if you also look at Area 51, there are places in Area 51 that if you look at it on an aerial view, you can actually see that some of the places are similar to the first moon landing video. There's also some photos where the crosshair pins are behind the astronauts, whereas crosshair pins are supposed to be burned onto the photograph. So like, how could they be behind an object?
Yeah.
And then also, of course, like the classic flag blowing in the wind thing, how that's not possible.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So there are like a lot of these things that show up, but at the end of the day, I just don't think it's, out of the question to be able to go to the moon. Also, they were saying there's a lot of kind of, when you're flying constantly, what is it? You're getting solar exposure.
Oh, the exposure you get up there.
Right. It's like
Yeah.
a lot more intense than being on Earth.
Yeah.
Well,
With no atmosphere.
right. Some people were saying it's impossible to get through the blanket of solar radiation without dying as a human, and there's no spaceship that can protect us against that. So there's so much out there, so much information that, I think can lead somebody to believe that we hadn't gone to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's like, I don't think those people are like necessarily like just. I think it's just hard. It's a very difficult.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't. If we're being honest, I can't be like, yes, we 100% went to the moon, because I don't know.
Right.
I wasn't the one that
Seems a little
went.
suspect.
Seems a
But
little
That's just how I feel.
I just don't think it's like that crazy though. Like, I don't think it's that crazy of a feat compared to what we've been doing, like the space station. I mean, obviously, clearly the space station's a real thing that's, happening. And like, if people are living in space for that long, I don't think it's that crazy that, we went over and like jumped on the moon for a second.
Right.
I do think it's crazy that it's been, what, how many years?
Too long. That's what I'm saying.
Has it been
It's been too
50?
long.
It's been 50 years, right? Or wait, 50, yeah, it's been 50 years since we've been on the moon.
It's a little
That
sus.
seems a little
been a half-
suspect.
A half.
It's a little sus, man.
Yeah, it's been a half century. That's like crazy.
So I better put somebody up there this year just to make sure. It's
Just to
okay.
make sure. You know what I always wondered? I always want, like, I want to see the flag. I want to see the flag on the moon.
Yeah.
Like, if
I
we,
want to see if it flies in 2021. If it blows in the wind, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because then I'll say, hey, we did it in the 50s or whatever the fuck. But until then,
well, I will tell you, if America did lie about going to the moon, we better be the fucking first people back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
To
for
make sure that we could like
Yeah.
place the flag there, like, oh, it's been here for 50 years.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god.
See, we had been here 50 years ago.
Yo, in other space news, did you guys hear that Russia and China are, well, I don't think China was even in the space station, but Russia for sure was. Russia's pulling out of the International Space Station and starting a new International Space Station with China.
Wait, we're gonna have two different space stations.
2 international space stations.
Wow.
Yes. How crazy is
Russia
that?
and China.
Is that concerning?
That's slightly, feels strange, but
That's concerning as hell to me.
but we are.
It's the last. That was the last like cooperation between our whole world.
Wow. Now we're gonna go out there and start like pilgrimaging outer space. Like,
Yeah.
holy crap. Yeah. Who owns anything like out there? Like nobody. Like the moon is not owned by anybody.
Nope.
Mars is not owned by anybody. So if you are Elon Musk, what are you thinking about as far as like how this
Mars.
is gonna go? Because Elon Musk can be the president of an entire world
Yeah.
until somebody tells him no.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's how. What's it called? What is it? Oh yeah, colonialism.
Sure.
That's how that works.
I mean, this is gonna like turn into like a whole new a whole new 13 colonies type deal. We're gonna have new leaders and new
Yeah.
red tape until somebody comes in there and says no.
I mean, if humans have been doing it, like, okay, if Christopher Columbus can roll up somewhere where like a bunch of people already live and be like,
This is
all right, fuckers, this is mine. Like, get out. Here's some diseases. Just here, you guys go to your little parts, and this is ours now. We're the Europeans. We're taking over.
absolutely,
And like somehow that's legit, and our entire country has been built on that.
Right.
and the people that lived here are now like a minority.
Right.
Imagine how easy it would be to go to a planet where there's no like, I mean, there's
Unless
no
they're
life.
more superior than us, then it might be a little difficult.
Well,
Unless
but
they're more
Mars, but
superior.
well, I don't. Yeah, who knows? Maybe there are like intelligent beings on Mars.
Maybe not Mars, but in a different universe or something. We couldn't just go and pull up on them if they're more advanced than us.
Right. Or maybe they would.
They could pull up on us.
Yeah, but maybe they would see us and they would be like, "Look at these idiots," and they're like, "Come on, here, we'll help you guys out." Like,
Well, look, all right.
you guys are not very advanced.
So like we're gonna hit a convergence point here, because it seems that like we've been on this earth for so long, and if we think back to like the 90s or even the early 2000s, I mean, the idea of like the internet being where it is right now with streaming and like with our phones, which is nuts. I mean, the iPhone in itself is still this mystifying piece of technology in comparison to what we had a few years ago. So that going to Mars mixed with Neuralink, Elon Musk's other project to, basically a brain implant that has a ceiling on it of we don't even know what yet.
Oh yeah, we're interfacing with the
Sure.
internet
Oh yeah,
using our brain.
it's wild. And so even so with Neuralink, with going to the moon, just those two in itself, I mean, if those happen around the same time, which it seems they are, what is going to happen to humanity? Like, are we going to, like, I think I think it could be a huge leaping point for us. Like,
If you throw AI in there too.
well, I think the Neuralink is basically, so Elon Musk wants to make sure that if we do AI, that we're going to merge with it. So I think Neuralink is a great, first kind of run at possibly becoming singular. So the idea of having a brain implant and then possibly becoming smarter because of that, and hopefully we can merge with AI instead of AI being separate from us.
Oh, okay, and becoming like a Terminator type thing.
Right. Because if anything's going to get smarter,
We want it to be us,
we want it to be us. Yeah.
not this thing we created.
Yeah, we want to be the host for it.
Whew, that's weird.
Very weird.
People in the chat saying I'm good on Neuralink. Yeah, it's so strange. I do like the whole. I mean, I like the idea of it being used to help like someone that's blind see for the first time, someone that's deaf hear for the first time.
Sure.
That's pretty sick. But I
Sure.
do see it. I could see it getting pretty out of control. Pretty
Absolutely. If I was blind, or if I had paralysis, or anything of that sort, I would absolutely get it.
Yeah.
No question. But if I'm like a perfectly healthy human, yeah, I'd probably think twice. I don't know.
Do you think there's going to be like 100, 200 years from now where we're at this point in which like half the population is cyborgs?
Oh, definitely.
Half the population has Neuralink and they're like just tapped in all the time. I wonder if there's going to be the other half or minority or whatever that's like hanging on to the old ways of human life and being like, no phones, no, I'll use electricity probably, but,
Definitely.
where they're like, nope, we're going to be like organic humans.
Definitely. I think so. I think we already have it now.
That's true, yeah.
And I don't see why it would change once like we get Neuralink and.
But those other people with the Neuralink and with the cyborg stuff going on are just going to, I feel like everyone's going to become so much more advanced so quicker.
Right.
Like it's going to be a whole different, I don't know, it's almost like humans might split into two different evolutionary paths.
Ooh.
Because the cyborgs are going to like do some crazy shit and like figure out some stuff that we couldn't be able to figure out in our lifetimes with like no help from
Right.
an interface thing.
Or that could be the end of the evolution for the the people that choose not to go with Neuralink or like whatever that cyborg thing is. I mean, because hypothetically speaking, if we are to use, I think the idea behind becoming smarter as a human is allowing the corpus callosum of your brain to connect better than it already does connect, and that's where IQ is determined.
Oh, okay.
So the better the connection between the left and the right brain, the smarter you are. So if we're able to allow better connection there, then we become way smarter of people.
Huh.
So imagine
interesting.
Something like Neuralink, which is already kind of like putting these little diodes in your brain. I don't think it's so far fetched to just put something that connects the, I don't know anything about this at all, but I would assume with my, just music making brain thinking about all this, crazy neurological shit, I would think that if we can just simply make the left and right brain connect better, you'd be a smarter person. And I think that is part of the Neuralink project. Is allowing us, or at least I remember Elon talking about that.
Increasing the efficiency of our brain.
Right.
Like working with both sides.
So if you need to fix your car because you broke it down on the side of the highway, you're just like way better at doing it.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
If you're operating at your job, you're way better at delegating. Like you're just like, I mean, cool. I'm glad we have a lot of these like, nootropics and
lion's mane,
and things that are going to help us. But at the end of the day, you can't compete with somebody who just has like, a superhero type brain that's just like freaking, it's like on steroids.
Yeah.
So anything they do is just going to be more efficient.
Dude, what if the cyborgs that get created? So here's what I think is a possibility of like sending people to Mars, because we know they're gonna die, right?
Sure.
Or it's highly likely that they would not come back. But what if this is the way to like create humans that are less human, and get it to a point where the people we send to Mars are barely even humans. They're more like 70% cyborg. So A, they're super smart. They can fix the ship or whatever. Or, I don't know, fix some shit if it breaks on the way.
Right.
B, if we lose them, it's not like... It's a little less emotional maybe because we created them in a lab. Because we could clone people,
I know. What's that company called that like can do that?
I don't know.
I think they have like it's like called... It's like almost like a meme for the names. Like called copy paste or something. Like,
oh really?
Yeah.
Is that it's Chinese, right?
I think it's a Chinese company. I definitely am speaking wrong on the name. I might, but
because I know in China there's something that just happened, or maybe it's not. Maybe it didn't just happen, but like altering genes of like people that haven't been born yet,
right?
And where they're like. Supposedly they're like, oh, we're altering the genes so that they're immune to HIV for their whole life, or they're immune to like something else for the rest of their life.
Right.
But it's pretty obvious that like some of these countries are going to use it. I mean, I'm sure we would. Any like developed countries would use it to like create super athletes.
I think, but we've had the technology for so long. Like we've already had it.
Oh, to do that?
Oh yeah.
Oh okay.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Yeah. I think we just haven't used it in the public eye. I'm sure it's been used.
Yeah.
But in what capacity, we'll never know.
Well, we use it in our food.
We do use it in our food.
I mean, that's why if you drive across Iowa or Nebraska,
right,
it's just like corn forever.
Yeah. What was the documentary that was about GMOs and like what's the huge GMO company that sells this like weed spray?
Oh, Monsanto. Yeah.
What a crazy documentary.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it, but I know that they just wreck shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Food Inc. Is that what it is?
No, it wasn't Food Inc. I heard good things about that too, but Monsanto, I think it's just called Monsanto, like, or something Monsanto, but it's about Monsanto that they sell genetically modified seeds that when the plant grows, you can spray it with their pesticide.
Yeah.
And it'll kill all the weeds, but it won't kill the plants. So it's a pretty wild. I mean, like that almost seems Herculean from a technology standpoint. But why would you ever eat that?
Yeah, dude, that's sketch.
Like, I mean, like I'm sure if you create it as a scientist, I would definitely, say pat yourself on the back. That's an amazing thing you just discovered. But
Yeah.
you can't sell that to the rest of the rest of the world unless you know exactly what is going on here from like a food standpoint. You're putting that in your body.
I mean, there's a reason that GMO foods and ingredients.
GMOs are fire. I just got off
That is words from Dom.
Dom injects.
We're gonna quote that.
Dom just injects random genetically modified organisms into his body.
Genetics, low key.
Yeah. I fuck with genetics.
Damn, I didn't even know they had. You watched that in 10th grade? I didn't even know.
Wow.
I didn't even know they had that. It's a documentary called Monsanto.
Heard about it, haven't watched it.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Well, I was saying there's a reason that shit's like just straight up illegal in a lot of countries, like in a lot of parts of Europe.
Because they're poison.
Yeah, it's like that. It's I don't know.
Well, also, yeah, I mean, it's literally.
It helps the pharmaceutical industry though.
Yeah, but it's killed so many people in smaller towns that have the Monsanto runoff.
Yeah,
that goes into like their rivers and like into like their water. And yeah, I mean, Monsanto. I'm surprised they're even still around. I mean, they've been sued, from what it seems to me, into the fucking ground. Like,
yeah,
like. I'd be curious to see how much they paid out, and I'm sure a lot of it are just like under the table type of little deals before they bring it to court. But
I mean, I think they got big because of Roundup, right?
Oh, because of Roundup.
So I think that's how they must have made their big chunk of money,
right?
And then that's probably what protected. That's probably why they were able to like pay off lawsuits and all that.
So they formed like another company to like pay for all their lawsuits,
I guess,
from the other one.
I mean, once you get to that level, it's like, I don't know, you can just pay everything off, and you have all the say in what the government is doing.
Right.
Like if you're that level of rich, you get to pretty much direct, at least the U.S. government.
Oh wow, that's interesting. So, yeah, talking about the meditative state of the brain, and how that affects us so much. I mean, that's kind of what we're talking about before the podcast with Wim Hof.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And how important that can really be to start your day.
Oh yeah, enlighten us on that.
There's a study, 15 minutes. The state, 65, and their brain function after mimic that of a 25-year-old. Really?
Oh shit! And the food cafeteria in Monsanto HQ is all organic. What does that tell you? I've heard that. Yeah, they're like, we'll fuck up the rest of the world, but not our people. Take care of them.
That is funny. That is funny.
Meanwhile, in all the schools, it's all Monsanto GMO bullshit everywhere.
Wow,
that's crazy.
That is wild. Yeah. Yeah, the meditative state. I feel like if everybody just meditated first thing in the morning, somehow, for some reason, we can't, though. Like, it's always like we're too busy.
Yeah.
But we have such a long day. We're up for, like, at least 12 hours, most of us.
Even 5 minutes.
Even 5 minutes of meditation can, I mean, according to this.
Oh, hold on. This is important. Have Dom do a twirl.
Is that a...
No, like I think they mean like just spin around like you're on a runway. All right, here you go. Twirl. No, not a whirlwind.
You have to twirl. You have to like stand up and give a little fashion show. Ooh.
Oh.
Man.
Hold on.
Flexing.
You
want
to do it one more time?
Oh,
all right, here you go. Here you go.
Don't do it to them. Oh, you're doing it. Oh,
damn! With 100-pound dumbbells
man.
too. I'm just gonna curl these 100-pound dumbbells real quick.
Oh man,
that was easy.
We're sorry for
who asked for the twirl?
All the intimidation.
Who asked for the twirl?
Yeah, who asked for? Let's see.
Tell them to Venmo me.
Avery Shira. Go ahead and Venmo Dom.
Hunter, you're a bitch. Send me a Venmo, please. You're sus.
Wait, who?
That's my homie.
Is that?
Call of Duty.
That is
Yeah,
hysterical.
dude, that twirl went off. That's sick. Um, what were we talking about? Meditating.
Meditation. If you
Well,
don't do Wim Hof, do Wim Hof. It changes your entire life. The cold showers are the only thing that suck about it, I think.
What else? What is it? Is it like breathing exercises?
It's breathing, but like, so there's a lot of science behind it. When you breathe, so Wim Hof, like if you're to break it down on like an elementary level, it's just like you're just breathing. You just wake up and you breathe 30 big breaths. It's kind of like this. It's like your entire chest, let the air out,
Okay.
but don't force it out. And you just do that 30 times. And then you're going to hold your breath, and you can hold it for like an insane amount of time because you have all this oxygen in your blood. So you can sit there for like 2-3 minutes. You don't even want to breathe. And you do that like 3 or 4 times in a row. If you do that first thing in the morning, your brain is fired up like right when you wake up. And it takes about 2 hours for your brain to fully start, or to fully be functioning at like your optimum capacity of like where it usually is functioning throughout the day.
Okay.
Usually takes about 2 hours to get there.
Yeah.
So through the Wim Hof method, you wake up and you just slam your brain into like 5th gear. Like,
oh, so it's kind of like why we all drink coffee.
It's exactly the reason that we all drink coffee. And I think if you took coffee away, like say if you like drinking coffee, and coffee is definitely the shit, but say if you like take it out, right? And you replace with the Wim Hof method, you get the same effects. Like your brain turns on. You just don't get the stimulation drug effect from caffeine, which is like a different feeling. You're not going to feel like you're on coffee because coffee is literally just a drug.
Yeah.
But that coupled with cold showers, which take away amazing, especially as you get older, like if you get arthritis or if you have any sort of inflammatory problems, most diseases are inflammatory issues. It gets rid of a lot of those effects because taking a cold shower is like the best thing for inflammation. So people that have like this chronic, arthritis, a lot of pain issues, back pain, things like that, they take a shower and they feel amazing. And don't get me wrong, it's living hell for 2 minutes that you take it, but
I'm sure you get used to it though.
After a while, you're not screaming. At least you can, because the first time I was taking a shower, I was just in there, just like. Fuck! Like I could not stop.
Fuck!
And you can't. And your body is like you can't even like breathe fully in. You take a really shallow breaths because your body is actually forcing you. It's in a state of danger. So your body is trying to get you out of that. So your body is not allowing you to breathe deep.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't allow you to breathe deep, it's forcing you to get out of that situation.
Oh yeah, it's like jumping in a freezing cold lake.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
big time.
Is he the guy that does the ice baths?
Yep, does ice baths. He's broken multiple world records by swimming under freezing water, under ice. He's climbed Mount Everest in shorts.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's
gnarly.
He's called the Iceman, and he was ostracized by the science community for years because you got this crazy old guy going around telling everybody, like,
to go get hypothermia.
Yeah, telling everybody, take freezing cold showers, and this is gonna, make your life better. And he was saying that it creates more white blood cells, and helps your immunity. And the science community laughed at him until they gave him a bunch of people. I believe it was 12 people, and he trained all of them to do what he was doing. And they actually injected everybody with common colds and sicknesses.
Oh, interesting.
So when they were injected, after they did their sessions with Wim Hof, nobody got sick in that room.
Whoa.
And that's for the first time doctors were like, oh, wow, this Wim Hof guy is actually like the real deal.
Damn. Okay.
Pretty nuts.
Someone in here saying cryotherapy is similar. Yeah, I've heard of that too.
Yeah, I don't know much about cryotherapy. I know it's also
some Han Solo shit.
Yeah, I know it's also good for like youth, I think. Like,
okay.
Like your skin and I think being a little youthful.
I just drink what's that stuff from baby blood.
What?
You know
What?
that came off wrong. No, shit.
Oh yeah, baby blood also works pretty good.
No. What was the whole Pizzagate thing about? Remember the Pizzagate thing?
Oh yeah.
Can somebody in the chat? What's the word? What's the stuff?
Placenta?
Not placenta. No, actually, it's funny because my wife's a doula, and she actually gets her clients placentas and then gets them encapsulated so that they can take pills of their placenta. It's actually like super nutritious.
That's wild.
No, what's the shit? What was the thing that everyone was saying Hillary Clinton was doing? Come on, what is it? Come on. Oh Jesus, adrenochrome. That's what it is. Yeah.
Oh,
I just drink a hot cup of adrenochrome every morning to get myself going.
Do you?
No, I don't know.
Oh,
I'm just.
I was like, what is it? I don't even know what adrenochrome
No,
is.
supposedly like, there's, this other level of society that is sacrificing little kids and then harvesting their blood to take adrenochrome out of it, and like supposedly younger, humans have more adrenochrome, and it's total like.
So this is the whole Pizzagate thing.
It could be true. I don't know.
So this is the whole Pizzagate thing.
Yeah.
Whoa, that is fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I don't even.
Dude, there are amazing things you could do though. I met this
I
guy
don't know
like
if that's
HGH. Like
Oh yeah, that's a common thing.
HGH. I mean, there was this dude I was working with that fell off a cliff. He was snowboarding and fell off a cliff and broke like a shit ton of bones. Went to the doctors. They said he wasn't going to be able to walk again. This is a guy that I was working with like maybe 7 years ago now, 8 years ago. He had $1 million in his bank account. And he said he used that $1 million to take HGH injections multiple times a week for a year, and said he feels better than he's ever felt in his entire life.
Whoa.
Like, he said now he's in his 40s. He says that he has a body of like a 20-something-year-old.
What?
Just from HGH.
After like breaking his...
Like totally
broke his back?
Totally fucked his shit up. Like,
Yeah.
didn't break his back, but he broke a bunch of bones, his legs, his arms, ribs, and messed up a bunch of his joints, and took a bunch of HGH. But he said the only problem with HGH is that it's amazing for recovery, but it also can speed up any sort of like cancers or any things that you have in your body.
Because it just makes your immune system or your whole body like work hyperactive.
Like just super hyperactive.
Yeah.
So if you do HGH, he was saying that it's important to get be monitored very closely.
Okay.
Make sure that you don't have any tumors growing or like weird things. But yeah, besides that, I mean, dude, if I was in his position, hell yeah, I'd be injecting myself with HGH.
Yeah.
Like you bet.
Yeah, if you just fucked yourself up that bad.
Get my body back.
Ooh, can I get one of those?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Fig Newmans.
We got the Fig Newmans on deck.
Oh my god.
They
You
are
wanna try
very.
one?
They are very good.
No, I'm listening.
Do you like figs?
No, I know they're fine.
They are fire.
I'm resisting on them.
That's so good.
Dom has been on a diet and is actually doing very. You didn't eat a slice of pizza, right?
No.
And didn't even
Eyeballing it.
Cosmos Pizza didn't eat a slice of it. It's amazing.
Hold up. These are good in ice cream?
Ooh, I bet.
I actually don't really like ice cream. I don't like anything about it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like that it's cold. I don't like that there's cream involved.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. I also don't like that there's a bunch of sugar involved.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell if you're joking.
No, I'm dead serious. I don't eat ice cream ever. Like sometimes I'll
Whoa.
eat it if like I get I don't know, like churro waffles at this restaurant we go to. They have churro waffles.
I've never had churro waffle.
It's really good. Think a waffle made of a churro.
Wow.
And they serve it with ice cream, horchata ice cream.
That sounds amazing.
It's not the most terrible thing in the world.
But you'll eat the ice cream then.
I'll eat it if it's like on the thing.
Hmm.
Like I'll scrape most of it off, but if there's a little bit in the little waffle holes, I'll still eat it.
What about vanilla ice cream on a hot brownie with hot fudge drizzled all over it?
I mean, yeah.
That should be
I'll have
a
little bit.
huge yes. That should be a huge yes.
It's not a huge yes. It's a little bit.
Wow, that's amazing. I've been eating this stuff called Halo ice cream. My friend Lauren was showing me it. It's like a high protein ice cream.
Oh, cool. With like whey protein?
I don't know what protein's in. I'm not sure what protein.
That's
and
a good
then
idea.
it's 300 calories per pint. So you can just eat the entire pint and you're chilling.
Is it like low sugar?
I don't know about that part. I'm not totally sure. But all I know is that every time I get it, I eat an entire pint.
But it's got, how much protein does it have in it?
I don't think it's significant, but, it's enough to make you feel better about eating a whole pint of ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah, the sugar, I don't know. I guess I don't eat that much sugar. Well, as we eat Fig Newmans right now. But, yeah, I don't really eat much sugar anymore just because, I don't know. Once you stop eating sugar a lot, you just don't really crave it. And the thought of it is just kind of like not very appealing. I guess until you start, though.
I have never reached that level of discipline.
Really? I don't even think it's discipline. I think it's just...
Oh, it's so hard to not eat sugar.
If you just... So I just don't ever buy it. This is the first time I've bought some sugar stuff in like months.
Really?
Yeah, I just don't ever buy it. If you just limit your options, like if we just eat lentils and rice, that sounds really boring. Like dal, like Indian food dal. I've been making that a bunch. And rice, and I always have that going, and like eat hard-boiled eggs with it. Or scrambled eggs. Got that on deck, always. I got chicken cooking in the crock pot right now.
Chicken's fire.
I just make I get chicken breasts. My wife taught me this, but chicken breasts, and you can just put chicken breasts in the crock pot with brown sugar and chopped garlic. And it's like the dankest shit ever.
But it's got sugar in it.
Yeah, I know. It's got a little brown sugar.
Wow.
But I think it cooks down. It like caramelizes or something. It's good stuff though.
I had a housewarming party that you didn't come to.
I know.
If you,
I believe I was gone.
I still remember that. I'll remember that for a long time. But I had a piñata full of candy. And I forgot that like it was my place, so I was gonna have to hold all the candy after it was broken. I have not stopped eating this massive bowl of candy since that party. It's so hard because I have to walk by it every day.
Dude, okay, here's the other thing that gets me not to eat sugar. I hate going to the dentist. I haven't been to the dentist in like 15 years, I think. And I just take pride in the fact that hopefully I can like just not ever have to go and get anything done.
Damn, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Never thought about that.
It's strictly because I just don't want to go to the dentist.
Or you could just eat sugar all the time and then just have to pay, a few $1,000 here and there.
It's not the money thing. It's not the money thing. It's sitting there with drills and I had so much dental shit done when I was a kid that it like scarred me for the rest of my life.
Whoa. So
I'm like all good on dentists and all that.
You do have very nice teeth.
Thank you. I had braces and rubber bands and got a bunch of teeth pulled. Give me another one of those Fig Newmans.
I haven't had Fig Newmans, or what are these called? Fig Newtons? Are they? Whatever. I haven't had these things since I was like a little kid, and I always thought they were disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
They're really good.
Mm-hmm. They were like the boring good snack as a kid. Fig Newtons, at least.
Not bad.
What's going on in the chat? Wait, who am I right now? Okay. So, we've got Jaenga, and we've got Dom.
Wait, who is this?
I'm being Tom.
Oh no!
Shout out Shank Aaron for
Oh,
the
no.
ASMR during his podcast.
Whoa!
I don't even think he knows that he does that.
Damn! Somebody had,
He
he had
also-
headgear. That is insane.
Tom also says Minneapolis.
How do you say it?
Minneapolis. He says Minneapolis.
Well, now I'm trying to think of how I say it.
I've heard you-
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Yeah, I've heard you say Minneapolis.
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
I'm down to give
Hmm.
Tom some shit today because he did something really cool. So
You gotta knock him back down.
Dude,
knock him back down.
that's so weird. I definitely carbonated water is like a huge staple in my life.
Mhm.
And somebody was just saying, who was saying it? Yeah, carbonated water is a huge one. It I feel like if you drink that, at least for me, like it kind of refrains. It can help you like refrain from eating sugar, and like it because it kind of gives you the kick that you want.
Yeah, and it fills your belly up a little bit.
Definitely, yeah, that's a big one, for sure.
I used to hate that shit. I started drinking Topo Chico a couple months ago.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
fire.
Yeah, it's good. It's like super refreshing. I just had a Topo Chico today.
It's a
I-
grapefruit one yesterday.
Although,
Bomb.
you know what's some bullshit? Is when you think you got normal water and you just are driving and you just bust it open and it just goes all over your lap. Like it sprays
That
everywhere.
literally just happened to me yesterday. I was talking on the phone with my brother, and like dropped a case of seltzer, and then just like stupidly opened it and exploded everywhere. But
Yeah.
that's the only downside to carbonated water. It's pretty amazing, especially because after I stopped drinking too, I started drinking a shit ton of seltzer.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like it's like it's like the sober man's beer.
Yep.
It's like
kombucha, too.
it's kombucha. Yes,
Woo.
absolutely, big time, big time.
What's going on in the chat here? Oh, just carbonated water.
Yep. Somebody's not a seltzer fan. That's all right. It's honestly an acquired taste, but I used to hate seltzer water. Actually, I drank seltzer water for like a year when I was living at my parents' house, but I was trying to be like super healthy and put purified water in it, like you know when they pull the nutrients out. What is that?
Oh, distilled water?
I put fucking distilled water. It was also, it wasn't just my idea, it was my dad's idea too. But we put distilled water in this seltzer machine for like a year and drank distilled water for a year.
Whoa.
Oh man.
Doesn't that strip your body?
Yes. Yes.
Of
Like,
whoa,
and then I
man.
read up all this stuff on distilled water and how bad it is for you, and I was like, holy crap. I'm talking like a straight year of just drinking only distilled water, like at least a liter of it a day.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what that did to my body, but
Oh my god.
could
I wonder.
could explain some things.
I thought it's supposed to strip you of like electrolytes and stuff.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, what's going on here? Somebody's asking about my age. Wait, your age isn't anywhere online. Is it because you found the secret of youth and don't want to share it? Yeah. No, that's Liquid Stranger. He's the one who found the secret of youth. And
Dude, Martin is so young.
yeah, I know.
I always wonder that. Every time I see a photo of him, it's like, damn, he looks so young.
Martin's actually 900 years old, but he looks like he's 20.
He has like 900 years of wisdom,
Yeah.
like in the way he talks.
He also has 900 years of black belts,
Dude, yeah, he's
which is crazy.
Is it martial arts or is it what is he a black belt in?
I mean, he has like how many black belts? He's got like 10 or 11 black belts
That
in
is
different
insane.
in different martial arts. I don't remember which ones. I know jiu-jitsu is one of them. Yeah, crazy.
Dude,
Oh,
the
if
discipline for
anyone's
that.
wondering, are you actually wondering how old I am? I'm 34 years old. Pretty old.
You look pretty young.
Dom's about to turn 40.
Yeah, Dom's been in the game for a long
The big
time.
4-0.
Yeah. Dang, dude. Yeah.
No, I've known Dom. Wait, how long? How old were you when Baseline Road started?
I was like
11 or 12. So I've known Dom since he was 11 or 12. And now he's the
24.
biggest promoter in the world.
I wish.
Biggest promoter in the world.
The next Pasquale.
I don't know about all that.
No, 24? 24? All right, Dom's 24. How old are you, Jaenga?
I'm 30.
30. We got it all covered. We got all the gaps.
Are you playing
covered.
Big Dub?
Big Dub? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Big Dub. Yeah, I'm doing it with Boogie T. How often do I do podcasts? Never. This is the first one. Well, I tried to start doing them during the pandemic, but it was just kind of lame. I mean, it was all right. I have them up on SoundCloud, but yeah, I might have to start doing them in here.
I feel it was a very spontaneous podcast.
Yeah, I think it has to be. I think that's the whole thing.
Definitely. Yeah, we were just skating, and it was kind of like oh,
Yeah,
maybe we should just talk.
I know. Yeah, maybe we should eat some pizza and talk about some stuff.
Yeah, Cosmos Pizza. Oof, man. If you live in Denver, big ups on Cosmos Pizza.
Oh yeah, that's a classic. It's a pretty safe bet. It's like the Chipotle of pizza. Like, it's gonna be pretty good.
Also, Fat Soli's on Broadway. Is it on Broadway?
Yep.
Dang,
It's good stuff.
like they got really, really fucking good pizza. Like,
Okay.
it's the best pizza I've ever had in Denver. Because I know they got,
Whoa.
yeah, they got Marquee and something Jay's Pizza. But yeah, Fat Soli's just dominates. It's really thin crust pizza.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, it
Like
tastes
New York style.
tastes just like this place down the street from my old house in New York
Oh, okay.
called Roma's Pizza. It tastes just like it.
Ooh.
It's like banging.
Pizzeria Locale in Boulder is the best pizza I've ever had.
Pizza Locale?
Pizzeria Locale.
Pizzeria Locale.
Yeah, there's another one in Denver, but it's like more of a Chipotle style pizza thing where you pick your ingredients as you go by.
Ooh,
But Pizzeria Locale in Boulder is just like gourmet pizza,
dang.
like thin crust, just the best pizza I've ever had.
Wow.
We
Yeah.
should go. Yeah, we should go there sometime.
We should go there. I think it'd be awesome. They got a place called New York, New York, which is in Tampa, across the street from the Ritz.
Oh, okay. Oh, I've seen that. I've
Yeah.
seen people in there.
Oh,
That's good.
it is so good.
Oh, really?
It was so
I'll
good
have to
that
go there next time.
I had to go talk to the owner. Like, that's how good it was.
Oh, wow.
I was just like, I'm very serious about pizza. And I was like, dude, how do you do this? And he said, well, everybody thinks it's the water. It's not the water.
Okay.
It's the salt.
Oh,
and the
interesting.
ratio of salt that you put into your pizza.
Huh.
Made total sense, though.
So it's not the water at all? According to
He
him?
said it has nothing to do with the water. And he said that that's just like a big running joke almost. That, like,
I mean, because places get water shipped.
that's what I
from
hear,
New York.
too. But for real,
Like, they get
for
tap
real?
water shipped.
Like, for real, though.
Yeah, I know, Dom, do you know about this? There's a place in Denver that gets New York tap water, like, shipped to make pizza.
I didn't know that.
I don't remember which place it is, but I remember hearing about it being like, what the fuck? Why would you get water shipped? That seems kind of ridiculous. Why wouldn't you use, like, good spring water that we have here?
Right.
But I guess that's what makes it, like, New York pizza.
Right. I don't know, but when I took a bite of that, it tasted like New York pizza, and this guy told me salt was the biggest contingent.
Huh.
Yeah, pretty well. So I'm gonna definitely hit that place up again.
Do you guys want to skate again?
I'd be down to skate.
What do you
Dom, what are you
think?
doing?
I gotta go back home.
Oh, okay.
I
Wow.
got shit to do.
All right.
We were gonna skate, but
JK.
Dom wants to just ruin it. So I guess whatever. Nah, it's cool. I wasn't enjoying this Friday anyway, so it's all good.
I mean, I'm down to skate later, but I gotta go
No,
back
no.
for, like, at least an hour.
No, I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Unless
Alright.
you wanna come skate D Park?
I gotta go pick up Nico. That's why I'm like, go skate for a half hour, pick him up, bring him that protein shake.
Ooh.
Bam. Well, I guess what's going on in the chat here? I guess we're gonna bounce here. Thanks for hanging out for our little podcast.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm glad we got to talk about space. We talked a lot about Elon Musk.
Yeah, we did.
We
were kinda just- Yeah, we were kind of just sucking on Elon's nuts the whole time. It's okay. It's all good. Yeah, I guess I'll see you guys later. I'll stream again soon. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Cool. Let's do it.
Everybody go follow Jaenga
Yes, follow me on social media.
and literally follow him if you see him.
And I wouldn't mind that, I guess, as long as you're not like creepy or something. Like,
Yeah.
I'm always down for new friends.
You could also follow Dom.
You don't gotta do all that.
Oh, follow Amplitude.
Yeah, you can follow Amplitude if you want.
Yeah, follow Amplitude. What is it? Amplitude Presents on social media?
Amplitude Denver.
Oh, Amplitude Denver.
If you like concerts.
Amplitude Denver if you like concerts. I don't think there's anyone here that likes concerts though, so yeah, they're whack.
Yeah,
Super lame.
concerts aren't cool.
All right. Peace out everybody.
Goodbye, friends.